Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Now listen y'all, we are going to be recapping and reviewing episode 2 of Baddies USA. Now I thought episode 1 was crazy y'all, but this episode was all over the place and crazy. Okay, so let's get right into it now. You know, we got left off with the cliffhanger of Tinka and Kokilla going at it again, fighting. And then you got Biggie coming in, ready to go in on Smiley, y'all. Like, when I tell you this was a new Biggie, because y'all know the other seasons prior, she was not on that type of timing. She wasn't trying to fight nobody. But this season, she came in hot. I don't know if, TESEHKi was giving her some lessons with the fighting because she actually looked like she was fighting even better. But I didn't understand what was the reason until she said that Smiley talked on her husband that passed away, and I was like, I don't know if that was her husband, but they call each other, she called him her husband, so that's her husband. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, that's a reason for anybody to want to go ham. You don't speak on somebody person that passed, that's crossing lines. So if Smiley did that, I was like, yo, Smiley, no, so Smiley was saying that she didn't say anything about it, but then you got Biggie saying, no, you did, you said you want my life, and going in on Smiley, y'all, like bad. Smiley had like a little cut on her face. They go another round, they going at it, and then you got on this next part, Big Lex get up and says she want to fight Tavi and freaking Fauna again because they jumped her at the reunion. Now, for me, I thought that was over because it's like they did jump her at the reunion, even though I feel like, and I don't think Lex was jumping last season on Africa. I do know Dolly and Summer always jump. Okay, last season they would go ham and ham on people, but I don't remember Big Lex jumping anybody. But at the reunion, they jumped Big Lex to get back at, the big three for jumping them. Okay. So after the fact, I thought they fought again one-on-one. Like I thought Big Lex and Tavi fought after they jumped her to get it back, to get another round because she wanted her get back. And I thought Fauna and her fought another round. So I thought that made it even. But I guess that wasn't the case. Big Lex wanted more smoke. So they going at it, fighting. Yo, let me just say, I love Big Lex signature. Like, she'll grab your head and do an uppercut. Like I was just like, she loved that uppercut move. They going at it. Then you got Tabby going in. She's like, I'm not scared of you. Why you want to fight us? Fight someone else. Fight someone else. What the fuck? Going in. And then Big Lex is like, going back at her like, y'all jumped me in this. She said, yeah, but we got back at that. Why fight somebody else? I love Tavi. Tavi is funny with her accent when she be going in. And the thing is, no matter if Tavi lose, I hope I'm saying her name right. I hope I am. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry if that's the case. But whenever she lose, she don't care. She's going to go in. She's going to fight you. She's going to continue to fight you. She don't care. And that's one thing I do respect about Tavi. Win, lose, or draw, she's not scared. And Fauna got in there too. They had one round, and it was a decent round. I couldn't really see because the camera was angled funny, so it was hard to see that fight. But they got it in. And that was it. So they was like, yeah, why don't she fight someone else? Then you got Summer come in and was like, nah, that's last season or whatever. So she's talking to Big Lex. Then you got TESEHKi and CHRISEAN walk up to Summer. Now, I was very nervous because I was like, on a cliffhanger, when I seen, Summer hit her back, I was like, wait a minute, she's going to be standing on business, Like, that's what I was thinking from this clip we seen that was going around. But when you watch it, it was a different story, y'all. It was. So, TESEHKi gets up to Summer, and then you got the first thing Summer says is, I'm not fighting you. In my head, I was like, let's rewind, okay? Because she just told Suki on the last episode how she's going to stand on business. And even Suki said, are you ready to take that fade with TESEHKi? And she said, whatever presents itself, she found ways, she's standing on it. She said, I'm not apologizing. Like, all of this energy. She had all of this energy. So you got to remember, when you have that type of energy, you're not trying to apologize or at least take accountability. You got to accept how somebody's going to react to it, okay? Now, I have nothing against none of the girls. I don't like even talking bad on none of them because I don't know them personally. I'm just watching a show of entertainment like everybody else. But I do feel like if Summer is going to say certain things, especially to someone that she can't beat, you have to stand on it or just take accountability and apologize. You know, that's how I felt. I was like, girl, if you know you don't want to fight this girl, just say, listen, I shouldn't have got in your business. I'm sorry. That was crossing lines. But instead, she was like, I'm not fighting you. That's when you and your sister fight your sister. And her energy wasn't apologetic. So, of course, TESEHKi is going to react, you know, because you're already mad about those type of allegations on your name from a relative. Then you got other people repeating it. You're going to be going red. And I understand that her sister might have started it, but we don't know what happened behind the scenes with TESEHKi and CHRISEAN and their family. So they got to settle that. That's not your place and nobody's business to repeat or get involved in sister drama, you know? And that's why I felt like Big Lex and Dolly was like, that's crossing lines. I understand that in Africa, I felt that Summer was doing a lot with the new girls and then all of them was backing her. I agree. But with those type of allegations, it's hard to back her. You know what I'm saying? I think if it was something different, maybe they would have looked at it differently. But she crossed lines. So anyway, TESEHKi is giving her grace, but she's trying to smack her. You know, I felt like if I was TESEHKi, I would have felt the same way in that moment. That's all I'm saying. So Summer's like, I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting. Get her away from it. Get her away. And I'm just like, but Summer, you just said that you was going to stand on business. So then you got, you know, TESEHKi like following her, trying to smack. I'm going to smack you. I'm going to smack it. And going at it. You know, she said, watch your fucking mouth and all this. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm trying not to curse. They going at it. It's like, Summer, then moving forward, this should be a reality check to not say certain things if you don't want repercussions. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So, CHRISEAN's trying to break it up and stop TESEHKi from smacking her. You know, the whole time she's like getting in the middle a little bit. Like, chill, Tifa, chill, Tifa. And I feel like I didn't understand I didn't understand the dynamic between CHRISEAN and TESEHKi at this point. Because the whole time I felt like CHRISEAN was trying to be the peacemaker, which I don't mind that. I think that's a good thing, that she's trying to change herself and she wasn't trying to be, you know, out there doing too much. I get that. But the thing I don't understand is, after the fact, when TESEHKi was trying to smack Summer, she gonna make a comment to Tommy and say, how, you know, these people, they not standing, they pick and choose who they want to fight and all of that and this and that. And when my sister was pounded on Summer, y'all ain't do nothing. I understand what she meant in a way. I just ain't understand why she pressed the issue more and more when she was trying to de-escalate the situation. Like, it felt like she was trying to antagonize Big Lex to fight her sister. Is it me, or am I like, I don't understand why she kept it going? Now, the first comment, I get it. Maybe she was feeling like y'all didn't do nothing when it came to my sister. I get it. But then after TESEHKi got there, she brung it up again. And that's why I was like, okay, but you are the one saying, chill, Tifa, don't fight, don't fight, don't fight. And then when they're doing their one-on-one, you're expecting them to jump your sister. Now, the thing is was she going to jump in it too? Because it felt like CHRISEAN wasn't on that type of timing at the time. Now, Lex and CHRISEAN started going at it a little bit. And I don't feel like Lex checked CHRISEAN at all. I feel like she was explaining herself and passionate about it. Like, listen, I'm not fake. She was trying to tell her what it was. I don't think she was on timing of trying to fight CHRISEAN, but I don't think she was scared of CHRISEAN. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of people were saying, like, she's scared of them, and then a lot of people were saying she checked CHRISEAN. I don't think it's neither one. I don't think she came in there checking anybody. I think because she's passionate in the moment and expressing herself and explaining herself, is why she was coming like, no, but you want me to jump your sister? We're not fake. No, you know how she talked. I don't think it was disrespectful in how she came about it, but she was more direct, you know? And I think CHRISAN, I get her point. Only thing I didn't understand, only thing I didn't understand with CHRISAN was you was being the peacemaker, but then at the same time frustrated that they didn't jump in. Now, maybe she was frustrated because she really wanted to jump in too, to fight Lex. That's the only thing I can think of, because it's like, why else would you make that a big issue? You get what I'm saying? Now, if you wanted to bring up the fact that people pick and choose, have it in a separate conversation. But in that situation, I just think it's good that they didn't jump in unless she wanted to really fight. Because she kept saying, I don't want to fight y'all. So that's why I was confused. It was not like I don't think that she will want her sister to get jumped again. I don't think. I'm being, positive about it because they're family. And I know she made that big mistake last time. But I don't know what her intentions was, so that's why I was a little confused. But anyway, so they go at it, CHRISAN and Lex a little bit. Then you got TESEHKi come back over, and then they're talking about it. They had a little baby dialogue about it, just a little bit, okay? But then TESEHKi tried to smack her again, okay? Now I will say that Big Lex did try a little bit to getting away a little bit. I don't think she did enough where it's like, yo, TESEHKi chill, whatever. She was very soft on it. But listen, I understand where Big Lex is coming from when she went live and she talked about the situation, which I'm going to do another video about. I can just say I understand how she feels. Because if my friend going to be talking mad smack, and I'm telling you, please don't do that. I don't agree with that. Let's just chill on that, because I don't want us to get in this type of situation with someone, especially someone that can really fight, okay? If we can avoid that, especially when it's none of your business, then I'm not going to step in if you are going to be talking stuff and I'm not agreeing with this at all, especially those type of allegations. It's not like she was just saying TESEHKi's ugly. It's not like she was just saying something small or over something petty. I think the difference with the situation when it came to TESEHKi than the other girls last season was that she brought up allegations, that's harmful allegations towards somebody. That's the difference. And Big Lex is not supporting that. Plus, TESEHKi can fight her ass off. On top of that, it's like, I'm not supporting that. Plus, she can fight real good, and I got to take that fade for you. Let's not do that. I think that's where both of them were coming from. I mean, if I'm correct. But that's where they were coming from what Big Lex said. So, I can understand it. But you guys, let me know in the comments what you think about that. Now, one other thing. Why did Smiley pass out? I don't know what happened. I know seasons prior, when Smiley was on the season before, they said she had a seizure. People be thinking she faking. I was like, I didn't know what to believe, because they on the cast with her. I just know the season before they said she was faking. I'm not going to assume. I pray for her health. I felt bad for her if she's having seizures, because people do have seizures, but people wasn't taking that as serious. And then you got Sapphire like, wait, Smiley, don't do this right now, Smiley. Don't do this right now. Are you for real? Because she didn't know what to expect or what's going on with Smiley. Nobody know what's going on with Smiley, but I pray for her health, because if she was being serious, then that broke my heart, because I do not like seeing stuff like that. I was just like, oh my gosh, she really having a seizure? This is real? But then you got other people not taking her serious. So who knows what's real on with that situation, but I'm praying for her health, and I hope it was real, because you shouldn't play like that if it's not. You shouldn't. So I'm not going to even say it was fake, because that's serious. So she passed out. And then let's not forget Tanisha came in, and all the OGs, which they didn't have any real dialogue, and I was so mad because I was excited to see them back as well. But then Rolly and Tanisha finally had that conversation. Tanisha and Rolly was nice, because it was nice that they was able to talk it out. And then you got CHRISAN in the background saying her little remarks. Tanisha wasn't paying her no mind, y'all. It was just a little funny. It was a little funny. So after that, you got TESEHKi was pissed off, okay? Like, she was going in because Marsh and CHRISAN pulled up. I don't know where they were at. It looked like they was at a hotel or something. I don't know. But she was pulling up. They said they was supposed to be going to a rehearsal. But she was so mad. Then you got Marsh and CHRISAN outside talking about it and saying, like, why she's mad. Like, the only thing I'm confused. Like, I understand how TESEHKi feels. And the reason why I say this, okay? You and your sister have a situation going on already, and y'all were trying to build back that relationship after everything that was said on social media after it got very ugly. Your sister got you jumped, saying these allegations. And y'all got to remember, TESEHKi at the time, wasn't saying nothing about CHRISEAN. Like, they argued as sisters on the show. We didn't see at the time TESEHKi beating her sister up while she was pregnant. None of that. They had arguments. Me and, like, I have sisters. We argued the same when we really upset. So for outsiders to come in and you get her jump, I would never get my sister jump. So I understand that feeling of betrayal and hurt. And it's trauma. Okay? And what people got to understand, the fact that CHRISEAN is so close with the person that got her jump, it can fuck with you, and you're trying to be nice because it's someone that your sister care about, but you're not going to forget what happened. And in your mind, you're going to have probably PSD of like, they trying to do this again. And because Marsh did say certain things after they hugged it out to seek in her, just because they hugged a little bit don't mean they friends. People got that confused too. Like, oh, they were cool. No, I'm being cordial because you brought your friend back and we're trying to be decent at that moment. But it was something that was said on live from March allegedly that made TESEHKi feel away before the show. After they hugged it out, she said something that March needs to watch her mouth. And I don't know exactly, but I know that she mentioned something about March after the fact. So it's not like they were friends and everybody was kumbaya completely. No, I think that she was trying to be nice because of her sister. And I like the fact that she was doing that. But when you come back and then she said, Sapphire made a comment saying that to CHRISEAN, that TESEHKi don't beef with your sister. And she said, that's just my blood. Marsh is my people's. That cut even more, especially when you're going through a lot already. And people might have forgot. TESEHKi helped take care of CHRISEAN. This is what TESEHKi said, okay? And CHRISEAN admitted it. She lived with her. I understand that hurt. And I'm not saying CHRISEAN's not hurt at all either. I'm just saying I would feel away too if I was her. That's all. I would definitely feel away too. I understand why she was triggered. And we don't know the whole backstory. So people are like, oh, why she's mad at her sister again? Because you got this girl on set and I don't know what y'all plotting against me. I don't trust her. You and her so close more than you close with me at this point. Why are you bringing this girl on Baddies when she's not a part of the cast? So in her mind, I feel like she's just like, what the... And she probably exploded, which she did, which is understandable to me. I get it. I understand it. Maybe if anybody else don't understand it, that's how they feel, then that's fine. But I when you put yourself in someone's shoes, like, you can understand. So she's upset. CHRISEAN's like, I don't know what my sister did. She went cloud, and that's all right. That's not going to be my sister no more and all of this stuff, which is sad. It's just, I don't even like talking about them because it's just hard to really like recap them and review the situation because it's like, you want them to heal. You want them to get better, And honestly, when it comes to family, I understand sometimes you might have to distance yourself too and be happy. But I just hate that it seems like they were getting to a better space. And then they went 10 steps backwards again, So that's the part that sucks. But let's just talk about this one other scene where you got Dolly, Big Lex, Broly, everybody in the car, Tinka. And they're talking about everything that happened the night before or that, the night prior. And then randomly, Summer just brings up how she don't think Tinka likes Dolly. I think she was instigating. She's trying to instigate something. So then you got Tinka like, what you mean I don't like Dolly? What are you talking about? Like, I would say I don't like her. Da, da, da. And then Dolly standing up at this point. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? Because they were smiling and cool at the moment. I thought everything was good. So they going back at it. They're talking about the past and all of this. Next thing you know, Dolly punches Tinka and they go in on the bus or whatever they was on. I was so confused because that was so fast and Summer instigated that. I'm sorry. She did. She did. But the next cliffhanger of the next episode, y'all, is where I think this is when the big three is going to be torn apart. And it's honestly sad to see. The whole situation with the sisters is sad to see. And then you got the big three breaking up. So, y'all, let me know in the comments what you think about this episode. Let me know what you think about the whole scenario. Do you feel like CHRISEAN should have fought for TESEHKi, or do you feel like CHRISEAN was right? Do you feel like Big Lex, you can understand where she's coming from with the whole situation with her not jumping in for Summer and Dolly not jumping in for Summer? summer? Let me know in the comment section. I'll be back with episode 3. Make sure you guys follow the page. Let's talk about it, y'all. Stay tuned. I'll be back with more.